that you could tell that jazz influence is there on the Whispers version of My Heart, Your Heart, because you have to layer those voices in a way where they don't jump over each other. They don't. I mean, they're not going to miss a note, obviously, because the Whispers, they've been singing together for 25 years by this point. And you have to be on your P's and Q's to make sure that harmony and those backing vocals are precise. And nobody did it better than the Whispers at that point in time. Everybody, welcome back to another ride on the Groove Line with your boy Chris Stevens. Hopefully you all are doing well out there. I thought about this and I was trying to figure out how I was going to do this in a way that would honor and glorify one of my favorite bands, one of my favorite groups. And we just going to go ahead and make this a drum roll, please. Very lazy, I know, but we're not going to be lazy with the rest of this week because, ladies and gentlemen, it is Whispers Week here on the Groove Line. And I'm doing this because today, Tuesday, September 23rd, marks the 82nd birthday of Wallace and Walter Scott. Of course, we unfortunately lost Walter Scott Jr. earlier this year at the age of 81, and Scotty is still with us. We want to send our best wishes, our prayers, our thoughts, our condolences and encouragement to Scotty and the entire Scott family, the Whispers family, the Solar family. I can't imagine having a twin as long as Scotty has, and then for the last 3 months to know that he's not there, and your birthday is today, and normally y'all would have shared this day together, and it's just you. That has to be so difficult. So I just wanted to do something that I felt like would honor the greatness of the Whispers. So this is Whispers Week. Like the next 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, and Thursday is my birthday, by the way, September 25th. I'll have more on my birthday a little later on. That's not really important. But Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I'm going to be doing a Whispers countdown. I'm going to talk about their best albums, their best ballads, of course, and their best dance tracks. So we're going to have fun this week. We're going to have fun this week honoring the Whispers. Hopefully you guys will stick along for the ride. Tell a friend to tell a friend and so on, because we have fun over here on the Groove Line. We love talking music. We have some great commenters. Shouts out to Marcus Chapman, who always checks in. Quite a few other folks who have discovered this channel, including my mother. I mean, my mom, is one of my biggest supporters. So, Mom, thank you for your comments as always. And everybody else that, comes along and just says, hey, this is a great channel. This is what we think. Thank you for, keeping old school alive. And I'm like, hey, y'all, I turned 44 on Thursday. I ain't that much removed from the old school myself. I'm getting close. But yes, it's going to be Whispers Week. And today, Tuesday, I'm going to talk about the first Whispers song I ever became totally obsessed with. And when you think about it, I was born in 1981. So I was around 6 when Just Gets Better with Time came out. I mean, Rocksteady was everywhere. I mean, you couldn't escape Rocksteady. I mean, it's the first Whispers song I remember. In the Mood is my favorite Whispers slow jam. Just Gets Better with Time, the title track, is a favorite. But the first Whispers song I was ever obsessed with actually is not even a Whispers original. Let's talk about it. So there's a gentleman by the name of Gary Taylor, who is a great jazz musician, songwriter, producer, who's worked with the Whispers countless times over the years. So on his 1988 debut album for Virgin Records called Compassion, as you can see, like, this is a brother who literally knows that, yeah, that's me. I'm Gary Taylor. You may not know me yet, but you're going to know that I've written some stuff. You're going to know that I'm talented. Come along for the ride. So on his 1988 album Compassion, Gary Taylor had a song called My Heart, Your Heart. And it wasn't a single release. So I don't think it was a single release. I don't think it went as high as when he did it for the Whispers. But by the time late 1989, early 90 rolls around, the Whispers are at the end of their contract with Solar Records, and they had suitors out the wazoo, and they eventually go with Capitol Records, which is something that on the Unsung episode, Walter kind of lamented, because he said Capitol tried to change the Whisper sound, because Innocent was the jam in 1990, but it wasn't the Whispers. It was like they were trying to make the Whispers Guy or New Edition or Keith Sweat or Troop or Chucky Booker or what have you. And I mean, New Jack Swing was, I mean, don't get me wrong, New Jack Swing was the thing. It was the thing. But the Whispers wasn't New Jack Swing. I mean, Innocent, I mean, I still jam the Innocent. Don't get me wrong. I love Innocent, but knowing what I know about the Whispers now, it was just like, man, they were just trying to get them dudes to chase a hit. And you can't, you with a group of that stature, you can't get them chasing hits. However, the More of the Night album did have some gems on it. Of course, there's, Is It Good to You? I Want to Be the One for You. And then, of course, their cover of Gary Taylor's My Heart, Your Heart. And that song to me was the first Whisper song that I ever became obsessed with in the summer of 1990 as an eight-year-old going from third grade to fourth grade, because I didn't know much about love. I didn't know much about romance, but I just knew that I just loved to hear My Heart Wants to Be There for You. I think that was the first song that I actually just remembered lyrics to nonstop, at least the hook anyway. So by the time I rediscovered this song 15 years later as an early 20-something trying to finish college, get his journalism career firmly off the ground, because I had a few fits and starts going into my 23rd year of life. So, you discover new things, you rediscover stuff. And My Heart, Your Heart was pretty much a song that how I felt about, being the unrequited lover of a lot of women. I mean, there were women that I had things for, that were at school with me, out of school, out of state. I was the most hopeless lover boy once upon a time. Maybe I'll get back to that at some point. I don't know. But My Heart, Your Heart for a 23-year-old, even though that song was nearly 20 years old at the time, still just sort of spoke to me and resonated with me. And it's still in my rotation to this day. So are there really any truly differences in between Gary Taylor's version and the Whispers version? Well, there's the harmony, of course. I mean, Walter and Scotty absolutely killed that harmony on the pre-chorus. He'll never change your life. He'll never change you, girl. He doesn't know you like I do. All I can ask is your time. 5 minutes alone with you, baby. All I can ever want is a chance to prove. And here come Nick, Lavelle, and Marcus. My heart wants to be there for you. You don't get harmony like that these days. And Gary Taylor, when he was on the Whispers Unsung talking about, Just Gets Better with Time, he said the Whispers were doing a 5-part jazz part harmony and killing it. And that you could tell that jazz influence is there on the Whispers version, My Heart, Your Heart, because, you have to layer those voices in a way where they don't jump over each other. They don't, they're not going to miss a note, obviously, because of the Whispers. They've been singing together for 25 years by this point. And you have to be on your P's and Q's to make sure that harmony and those backing vocals are precise. And nobody did it better than the Whispers at that point in time. So My Heart, Your Heart is just a song that just literally spoke to me as a kid when I just like to sing stuff out loud, and then as a young adult, and now as a fully grown adult, that, sometimes you just want to show somebody that, that person ain't no good for you. Like my favorite part is the start of the second verse when either Gary or Walter says, your woman needs full-time affection. Here's the part. He only gives when it's his to gain. Like literally saying that this dude only wants to show you love and affection when he realizes he can get something from it. Like that is just one of those things that, people call it dirty macking today. I don't know what it was called back then, but honestly, it's the truth. Like, and this isn't just, from a heterosexual romance perspective, even though that's my perspective. I mean, I'm sure LGBTQ relationships deal with the same thing, but there's always been a relationship at this point in time in your life where you feel like I'm giving way more to this person than I should. And then the only time I get something back is when I'm giving. Like it's conditional love. And that's basically what Gary wrote and the Whispers, and he and the Whispers saying like, yo, this dude is only, giving back to you after you done already gave and gave and gave and gave and gave. How much longer are you going to give to this clown? So, that's the beauty of romance. Like sometimes you have to, step out. You have to stand on business and say, look, this clown, this person, whoever it is, they only rock with you because it's what you bring to the table. It's not because they want to help you. It's not because they want anything to grow. You get with me, we gonna grow. It can never work like this. Don't run off with someone else. Just, come get with me. My heart wants to be there for you. And, your heart might be with someone else, but he doesn't know you like I do. He can't change your life. And you missed that kind of music today. And I mean, you lament it because, not to say that there isn't music like that doesn't exist today. You just have to go off the beaten path to find it. But a song like My Heart, Your Heart, of course it's going to chart in 1990. Would it chart in 2025? Would it be on the radio? Would it be up for Grammys? Would it be up for these different awards? Would it get the video treatment? Or they call them visuals now. Jesus Christ, just call them a damn music video. Stop with the visual stuff. Enough! There are music videos, not visuals. Music videos. I will resist that change until I am dead and buried in the freaking ground. It is music videos, not visuals. I said what I said. I'm sorry. I just had to rant about that real quick. But yes, I mean, a song like My Heart, Your Heart absolutely is a smash in 1990. Would it be a smash in 2025? Who's to say? But, just again, this is just the kickoff. I mean, of course, this song is going to factor into our Whispers Best Slow Jams countdown. Make no mistake about it. It's going to be there. And there'll be quite a few others too. But yes, this is the start of Whispers Week. So we want to send happy birthday wishes to Scotty. Rest in peace to Walter, and love to all of the Whispers family, the Solar family, the Scott family, anybody who knew and loved Walter Scott. We miss him too. I mean, we all miss him. And that's what this week is going to be about, man. We're going to celebrate his life and the life and the career of one of the greatest groups to ever freaking do it. So welcome to Whispers Week. Welcome to that ride on the Groove Line. And thank you for taking this trip with me. We'll be back tomorrow. Once again, it is Wednesday, hump day. So let's talk about the best whisper song for humping. It'll be our best Whisper Slow Jams countdown. All the contact information will be in the description below. If you want to get in contact with me on social media, send me an email. Let me know what you think. And also leave a comment. How did the Whispers change your life? How did, what did you like about Walter and Scotty's, vocal performances as they were the main lead singers of the group? Let us know what you think. We'd love to hear from you. So thank you for joining me for this trip on the Groove Line. It's just the start of the week. We're going to have a fun ride this week. So until the next time we ride, which is tomorrow, may you find the groove or the groove find you.